Hello everyone, this is Father of the Everchosen coming back to you with the first set of quick battles for this week and next week as we take on the vampire counts. So we'll jump in here, and I believe today we will be playing through two matches to get the faction kicked off, and then every other week, unless or every other video, I should say, unless the battle ends abruptly or is uh, too short in length, should be one video. So let's hop in here with, we'll just go basic vampire counts. In this, it's a relatively uh, it's a downsloped map. There's a big ridge here. This is, I believe, the first battle map that you fight on for Malekith's first um, legendary item, the Altar of Ultimate Darkness. So we will grab the Dire Pack and two regular Dire Wolves, the Stearnsmen, and then we will just go with some probably skeletal spears, and we'll have the skeletal spears to counter anything large. I know that they're very low tier units, but buffing them with healing magic should be fine. We will take, let's take Vlad. Vlad will obviously be on foot. We will keep him with all those. Keep him with Invocation, Raise Dead, and that should be it. We'll give him Blood Drinker and the Von Karstein Ring. And then for the hero, let's see if maybe taking a White King will be worth it. Let's not go with a White King. Let's see about the Necromancer. We will just keep him with Invocation. And we will put him, is it the Balefire? Reduces power recharge rate. That's Vigor Mortis. The Unholy Lodestone is the replenishment of. So we will have the Necromancer kind of parked directly behind our front line. And yeah, he will probably eat a bunch of missile fire, but we're going to take a small air force to try and mitigate that. And we'll take a Terrorgeist just in case they bring a dragon. If I have a Terrorgeist with the two Vargeists and the Fellbats with healing them, they should be able to take out a dragon. And if there is no dragon, then these units should be able to get into the back lines and take out any archers. So we'll grab the Tithe Zombies and two regular zombies, and we should be able to put one there. So the only difference between the Tithe Zombies and the regular zombies, the Tithe Zombies get physical resistance of 15%, and they have more unit models. They have 30 more unit models, and obviously since they're an ROR, they have better stats, and they come with armor. So hopefully we put the zombies out front, and hopefully they'll be able to eat some of the missile fire. I'm going to be on the downslope of this hill, and then we'll have the skeletal spears on the sides and then the Sternsman right in the center. We'll have that Necromancer directly behind the Sternsman, and we'll have Vlad kind of mixed in with the Sternsman, and then we'll have our Air Force, and hopefully we can use those dire wolves to kind of ambush behind, and we'll keep the dire pack close to us because they have this anti-large bonus. It's not huge, it's 14, but if they can intercept a charge and then I can single them out, it'll only help me in the long run. So we'll space these zombies out. And I don't really mind putting them in a line if they really want to dedicate a line spell like Burning Head against zombies. They are more than welcome to waste magic on, 412 gold. I doubt they will, but if they wanted to. Now, as for the skeletons, I'm going to be a little more conservative with them, since they will be the core of this army. Keep the Necromancer right here. That Unholy Lodestone and Vigor Mortis right now is just affecting these two, but once we get a little more blobbed up, I should be able to affect quite a few more. We'll put Vlad right out here in front. And I've got the room, so I will deploy to the rear. Should be able to deploy both of these to the rear. And we'll keep the dire pack directly behind, so if they have anybody Vanguard deployed, I'll be able to quickly scoot over and snatch them out of the air, or snatch them, a cavalry charge. And then we've got our Air Force, and let's see if they'll line back up how I want them. So we're going to have our infantry selected first, group them up. And I know I probably don't play with the groupings as well. I need to get a little better at that. So we will move these guys up. No dragon, and they have Lothern Sea Guard, archers, and Lothern Sea Guard. So we'll creep up a little in the rear here. Doesn't look like they have anything Vanguard deployed. So we should be more than all right to start moving up. They do have silver helms, and they just sent probably, I think that might have been a Shem's Burning Gaze. So we will start moving our Air Force in. I'm going to try to get these archers taken care of. And we're going to try to pick out a high value target for the Shriek. These Lothern Sea Guard may be not the most expensive, but they're going to take a bit of punishment from the Terrorgeist. We're going to have to move Vlad and company up. And it looks like, so far, I'm able to keep most things online. Let's try to keep this Terrorgeist moving. So if I can tar pit some of these units, grab Vlad, drop an invocation there. Probably not worth it. Keep this Terrorgeist moving. And we'll have the Sternsman engage. Let's move these zombies off. And if we get the Necromancer right in here, he should be more than capable of providing good buffs. And this Terrorgeist is going to be ready to shriek again. We can get a nice shriek down on these white lions. Let's watch this come in. Pretty brutal. Those silver helms might not be the best target for Dire Pack, but that anti-large is going to help them. Let's see if I can drop an invocation. For some reason, it's not letting me target. There we are. We'll drop some skeletons over here. And let's get Vlad engaged into this fight. Get the Deathshriek Terrorgeist up. And start engaging in combat. And as long as we can keep these archers pinned down, and we're going to move the corpse cart in, and we'll have the spears take on this fight. Drop a nice invocation there. Vlad is trying to pin down that lord. These archers are going to rout, more than likely. Knock the lord around a bit. Vlad's a tough cookie, but not nearly tough enough to solo this. At one point in time, he may have been, but no longer.
Our time is now.
Let's see if I can get some zombies right in here. Hopefully they'll stop the what? Okay. They're just chasing down the cavalry. But if we can have these zombies shut down these archers for as long as possible. Vlad is quite susceptible to archer fire. And this Terrorgeist is definitely going to be an important component. Let's see if I can get him down on this Lore Master. At the very least, he knocked about some of these other units. We're going to move the Necromancer.
The dead are mine. Death magic.
Tried to hit me with the Shem's Burning Gaze. We'll have the Terrorgeist go and chase down Alathanar. Vlad's still in here, trying his darndest. They're going to keep Alathanar on the move.
Necromancer. Glorious death. The living will join us.
So hopefully, keeping this Necromancer in here. Probably should have saved the Von Karstein ring for now, when everybody's blobbed up. They've got Alathanar's decoy out. Again, they need to change it so that the decoy comes with the same amount of health, because I know that I've damaged Alathanar quite severely, so there's no reason to think that that is him. Got some zombies to tar pit a bit there.
Necromancer.
Hopefully having this Necromancer in here is going to
Beautiful.
keep Vlad healing until his cap is reached, which he has. Vlad is going to drop here in a minute. Keeping the Necromancer alive will be the key now. And with Vlad gone, that is a huge loss.
Yes,
I definitely will start crumbling.
death.
Alathanar, he's got Firewall moving, but I don't know why he is as survivable as he is right now, because I don't think he's getting any additional healing. He's closer, but that is going to spell quite a bit of disaster in here. I don't believe the Necromancer is going to be able to mop this up. These White Lions probably going to rout, but they've still got a quite healthy Lore Master.
Haste.
They've got plenty of ammunition over here. This Noble. And I am pretty much out of Winds of Magic.
An ancient power is rising.
The Sternsmen are really probably the only thing keeping me in this at this point. And these are a summoned unit of zombies. So, if I was to have kept the Von Karstein ring till late game, till we were tar pitted here, probably could have walked away looking a little better.
Now, with haste.
I'm not saying that I would have walked away with a victory, but losing that 90% damage reduction
With haste.
so early when I was just in a one-on-one fight. The fact that Alathanar survived with 218 hit points
Life ends.
after being singled out by a Terrorgeist, not great. So, probably, I don't think I would necessarily have changed anything about this army, save for maybe replacing the Dire Wolves with, maybe perhaps giving the Necromancer a few more spells, or perhaps just giving me a handful of more zombies to tar pit. But I think ultimately that wasn't the worst showing I could have had to start. Let's jump into another one and see if we can improve on the formula. That first Terrorgeist Shriek, I probably would change that as well. The one against the Lothern Sea Guard. It probably should have been reserved for either the Silver Helms or the Swordmasters of Hoeth. The archers were, of course, effective. Lothern Sea Guard are one of the best archers in the game. But I don't think the importance of taking them out overweighed the importance of taking out the Swordmasters. We'll cancel, maybe. But beyond that, probably focusing down that Noble, making sure he stayed gone, and not wasting that first invocation. I believe it was an overcast as well, so I think Vlad took a little bit of damage from that. And in the end, it didn't end up saving either of the units that it was used on. The first one crumbled before the spell went off, and the other one was crumbling so fast that it couldn't be saved. Alright, let's see if we load into this one. There we are. So vampire counts yet again. This one, there's a bit more woodland, a hilly section right here. But other than that, there are good places, and we're going against the High Elves, there's good places to deploy Illyrian Reavers just to get them behind my lines. So I think this time, again, maybe let's see what the von Karstein Lord. The Storm of Night's nice. Undeath Resurgent is good. Of course, the Hunger. Of course, Curse of Undeath. Transformation of Kadan. Let's keep that. We'll keep Invocation. We'll get rid of Van Hales. Get rid of Wind of Death. Flock of Doom's not terribly expensive. And we'll grab the Charmed Shield. And we'll keep him on foot. So he's relatively inexpensive. Far cheaper than Vlad. And this time, let's bring a Banshee. And we'll give her the Screaming Banner. And again, we'll bring a Necromancer. Same Corpse Cart. Bring him with 2 spells this time instead. And we'll bring... No, we won't bring the Forbidden Rod. We'll grab the Sternsman, Tide Zombies, a few Zombies, and then Spears. Let's grab a Terrorgeist yet again, 2 Vargulfs, and let's grab some Bats to intercept charges, and we will grab the Dire Pack, and we will upgrade these units. And we will start. So I think we're coming with the same number of units, the same, almost the same composition. We dropped 2 Dire Wolves in favor of bringing the Banshee and upgrading our Spearmen and bringing a different set of spells. And hopefully with that transformation of Kadan on the von Karstein Lord, getting a Vargulf, may be able to swing the tide. Once we kind of bunch up, I'll have to just watch my Winds of Magic. I know that it costs 13 Winds of Magic to summon. So we'll back up here. We'll leave our Corpse Cart here. Again, I don't really care if they want to waste spells. We'll put the Sternsman off to the side. And we're going to pretty much stick to a wooded deployment. Put the Dire Pack here. If they have anybody deployed here with them, the Dire Pack may be able to slow them down enough where I can get the Vargeists in there. And we'll put Bats off to... 1 Bat off to the side, 1 Bat back here. And we will grab our Lord. And we'll grab our Banshee. So, power reserve of 60. We've got 7 Winds of Magic available right off the bat. And we have this Storm of Night. If they have a dragon, this will be, you know, our pin for it. So we'll use that. Hopefully be able to swoop in with the Terrorgeist and the Vargeists. So we'll start it. And the first thing we'll do is we'll make sure nobody is Vanguard deployed. We'll have these guys selected just in case I need to dive right in. Short of that, I've got these Bats in the rear to prevent anyone from coming directly behind me. And I've got these off to the side so that they can kind of intercept over here. But if no one is Vanguard deployed, then we've got our army pretty closely deployed. So we can see there is a Sun Dragon. So we will keep our Lord here. And we can see some Spearmen just off to the side over there. Let's move our Terrorgeist this way. Terrorgeist versus Sun Dragon. Terrorgeist has more hit points. It's got the poison. But those breath attacks, I've got to prevent them from being used over here. They do have some archers, and they have an Eagle Claw bolt thrower. So let's start moving our troops a bit. We'll end up moving our zombies into the woods. So they've gone heavy archer build. This Eagle Claw bolt thrower is going to be a real issue, I think. If I can keep the Dire Pack long enough, then perhaps. And these bats, right now, these archers, they're a great unit, but in my mind, they're just wasting shots. Fell bats aren't worth it. Now, to protect the bolt thrower, of course. But right now, I don't really know if I feel like that's truly what it's doing. What's the range on this? 150 meters. So nowhere near. And right now they're using the bolt thrower and all these archers. If I can, pull away some of that, every volley used against these low tier units is ammunition lost and late game success for me. I know it might not be the most eloquent thing to watch, but this song and dance is necessary. And we'll come park them back over here. They'll be in range of the Unholy Lodestone, and they'll start healing a bit. It's not super fast, but it is enough. Let's keep our Air Force moving. We've got this Dire Pack sitting over here. Hopefully, the Dire Pack will get ignored once this gets a little more underway. And now we'll pump out the zombies. Again, let them eat some of that fire. They do not see the rest of my army. They know that I've got an Air Force. They know that I have these zombies. But beyond that, obviously they assume I have a Lord caster, but they don't know which Lord yet. So they're definitely playing it safe. And this Lothern Sea Guard over here is preventing me from being able to use the Dire Pack like I want to. But at this point, I think I'm going to have to start committing forces. We'll keep the Necromancer back. There is no magical ammunition coming. They don't have Sisters of Avalorn. So the Banshee should be relatively okay for the time being. And we're going to put our bats back out. And we'll start moving our Air Force into a more acceptable position. I know they're zombies, but we're going to keep them alive as long as we can. This zombie is completely untouched. I don't really understand why. And those bats are getting way closer than I feel like they have meant to let happen. And they pulled those Lothern Sea Guard. They've got Phoenix Guard here in the back. That'll be the Terrorgeist's probably main target. We're going to move our corpse cart up. I know leaving him back that far for that long definitely could be seen as a hindrance. And in a way, probably is. These are just regular archers that Phoenix Guard is going to try to intercept. We'll keep them out for just a second longer. Slippery. Move the Lord up. Drop some healing. And we'll pull out that Vargulf now. We'll keep this Vargulf moving in the back lines. You can only target if flying. So while he's on the ground, cannot be targeted. The Phoenix Guard have engaged in combat. I'm not too worried about that. And these archers are going to get caught. And it's not going to be a good day for them. The Von Karstein Lord is going to trigger that. And we're going to want our full Air Force getting in up there. Start moving in. And that Vargulf is over here keeping people busy. Very important. The dragon got singled out. The pick of the Von Karstein Lord definitely saved me from that dragon. Let's break off some units. Let the Dire Pack go that way. And we'll have some rear charges coming down. Hopefully that dragon will stay. Oh, it's shattered. Shattered. We'll have them come over and finish them off. Help finish them off. And this should be a perfect line. Oh, just beautiful. We're keeping healing up. If we can dive bomb onto this Mage of Life.
The summoning begins.
And truthfully at this point, we're going to want a small summon unit there. This Banshee fighting Tyrion. And I don't think I could have honestly asked for a better outcome than what I'm currently getting. And I should be able to pull the Vargeists right back through my own lines. If I can get the Terrorgeist back up in the air. If he wants to dedicate, Phoenix Guard to taking out summoned units, let him. And another just brutal hit on them. Let's get these units in. Try to keep everybody alive and fighting as long as I can. They're broken. I'd like to bring them back when I can. Well, let's drop a Flock of Doom. It's going to whittle away small amounts of health, but small amounts of health are better than not whittling away. Let's move these spears up and in. And I think I definitely used, everything that I learned from the last fight. Pretty much brought the same army, just a cheaper lord with some different utility pieces, and was able to capitalize. These spearmen are broken, but I don't mind if the spearmen come back. They're not what I'm afraid of. There we go. And getting Undeath Resurgent, that leadership and melee defense, is just... This was just a much better all-around pick in the end. And I know they're Phoenix Guard, but swarming them... Perfect. I don't think I could have asked for a better outcome in the end. I was able to pull away quite a bit of their ammunition. Their dragon was held to 18 kills. That's a huge point cost. 27 kills on the Eagle Claw bolt thrower, and then it got shut down. Phoenix Guard, 69 kills. A lot of them was probably that summoned zombie. I think the biggest thing to walk away, I didn't put any chevrons on this Terrorgeist, and it's silver rank 1. So it went up 4 experience ranks in that by probably taking out that dragon and in combination with its Death Shrieks. 36 kills, but one of them was a dragon, and high value targets like Phoenix Guard and Swordmasters. And beyond that, Dire Pack, 137 kills. It was a lot of archers, but very helpful. And the bats, they're never there to get the kills. Neither are these spearmen. The kills are the heroes and, especially in this case, the Air Force. And the Stearnsman, just always an all-around great unit to pick, especially working in concert with this Necromancer. And the Necromancer, even though he is a big, slow, lumbering target, I know I kept him out of the fight, and if he was in there earlier, maybe he would have helped out, but he could have been singled out, and it would have damaged, all the leadership. They wouldn't have been able to supply, the Unholy Lodestone buff or Rigor Mortis. And those definitely ended up keeping a lot of these units alive and just fighting. The tar pit of the zombies. And then I do wish they would add in something for summoned units. I know it would be a little difficult, especially for things like the Vampire Counts or the Vampire Coast or even the Tomb Kings. But I would love to know what that Vargolf ended up getting in kills, because I know he was focusing on some of these archers and stuff. But I think that one loss, and a close one at that, and a victory, walking away the first set of battles, definitely going to be an interesting 2 weeks. Hopefully I'm able to put out about 6 to 8 videos of the Vampire Counts as the multiplayer battles, and hopefully in doing this it will improve my skills in campaign, in the Von Karstein campaign, which still will be just once a week, coming out on Fridays. And then if Warhammer's not your style, or you want other content, I do have a Mountain Blade Bannerlord campaign going on. Episode 1 dropped yesterday. Feel free to take a look at that. I know it's an hour and a half, but you can pretty much break off the character creation section, unless it's your first time and you're thinking about buying the game. But I thank you all for watching. If you enjoy the content I'm putting out here on this channel, feel free to like and subscribe. And until next time, I've been Father of the Everchosen.